Hey, what's going on, fellow collectors? Let's get right into it and talk about 5 really good errors you can look for on your paper currency. Now, while some errors might be subtle, others can be really dramatic, but all of them can be favored by collectors and all of them can have really good value. The great part about this hobby of collecting money is that when you look through your coins and banknotes, if you don't find anything, you still have the money you started out with. The first one we're going to start out talking about for errors on banknotes is misalignment errors. When an entire sheet of individual bills is improperly seated within the printing press, or it somehow falls out of the correct position, this will result in a misalignment error. This is essentially an off-center print of the note's design, which means that part of it is cut off, and part of another bill is sometimes printed instead and present on the note. As you can see in this example, the left side of the design is missing, while the left side of the neighboring bill in the sheet is printed on the right of the error note. Misalignment errors can be subtle, really dramatic, or pretty much anywhere between. The other great thing is they can occur on the front or the reverse of the notes, making it a really fun error to look for on your paper currency, and the more dramatic your misalignment error is, the more valuable it can be, with some examples ranging anywhere from a few dollars over their face value, and upwards of thousands of dollars for examples like this. The next one on our list is the gutter fold error, another really cool error to look for, as it's not only visually striking but also valuable. Many collectors are very familiar with gutter fold errors, and more so than other kinds of paper money errors, in fact. This will usually look like big streaks or multiple major folds over the paper, creating a blank spot. This sometimes is in a random portion or will be in one chunk. This is when the paper sheet binds within the printing process, which results in these gaps in the printing design. Depending on how dramatic these are, these can be worth quite a bit of money. For example, a $100 banknote with a slight gutter fold on it sold on eBay last year in 2024 for well over $700. The next one on the list is a printed fold error, which is another really great error to look for. This error happens after one side of the note has been printed and the sheet is folded before a subsequent printing. Even though the shape of the bill might be the most noticeable defect, you can usually see a huge overprint on one side that's superimposed with the other. So generally you'll see features like the seals or the serial numbers sometimes residing in the correct places, albeit they're printed over top of this fold, making these even more valuable. Depending on how dramatic the printed fold error is, you can sell these for hundreds or thousands of dollars, and getting them graded is a must. The next one we're going to talk about is ink errors in general. These can also range a wide amount in how dramatic they are, and ink errors, over inks, or ink smear errors occur when either the inkjet or the wiper malfunctions during the printing of the bill. The inkjet would directly shoot too much ink onto the banknote, and a broken wiper would smear that ink all over the note. Depending on how dramatic this is, you can sell these for a ton of money. When you see me find these in my normal videos for searching bills, usually we find just little dots of ink here and there. But as you can see, there are examples that are widely dramatic and super valuable. This will differ from the other printing errors in that it usually presents itself as a blob or a streak of ink in some capacity across the note. Minor versions of an ink error can sell for only a couple dollars over face value, whereas ones where the ink is smeared dramatically enough to obscure portions of the note can sell for hundreds of dollars over face value. The last one on the list is an extremely rare printing error called an offset printing error. These result when the impression roller accidentally contacts the ink plate. This is due to a lack of paper between them. These are kind of similar to a die clash error on a coin, and this creates an image of the printing plate on the roller that is then transferred over to the next sheet. So usually this will turn out to look like a mirror image of the opposite side of the note. These are extremely rare, and if they're dramatic enough, can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Auction record prices have seen thousands of dollars in sales, and there are some crazy examples of offset printing errors that have hit the auction block over the decades, and they're always beautiful and wonderful errors to see sold, and would be absolutely awesome to find one in your own pocket change. So as you can see from just these handful of errors on your paper money, you should always keep an eye out on your banknotes. Let me know what you keep an eye out for in your coin and banknote searches, as well as your collectible searches in the comments. I love reading about that, so I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.